Staying on with the earnings only now, Symphony also reported its third quarter numbers yesterday. Currently, the stock is up about 1.5% or so. Their net sales went up by 33% on a quarter-on-quarter basis, while their net profit also jumped by about 50% in the last quarter. We are now joined by Mr. Achal Bakeri, CMD from Symphony. Many thanks, sir, for joining us here on NDTV Profit. Let's talk about the third quarter earnings posted by your company. A strong performance in the fourth quarter, net profit up about 50%. Could you just talk about the performance? Which sectors did lead to this strong performance?
First of all, let me clarify, this is the third quarter for us. Ours is a July to June financial year, so the Jan to March quarter was our third quarter. The fourth quarter is what we are currently in, which is the April to June quarter. All right, so the strong performance is essentially because of both international sales as well as sales within the country. All of them have, both segments have seen a robust growth, and both in top line and in profitability.
You're saying that your exports as well as your domestic growth has been quite strong. Could you tell us what percentage of revenue comes from your exports, and are the margins higher in exports business vis-a-vis the domestic business?
About, at the end of the year, about 20% of the annual revenues come from exports, and the margins are about the same, more or less the same in either segment.
Right, your margins have expanded. EBITDA margins have come in at 29.6% versus 26.6% on a year-on-year basis.
Yes.
What has led to the expansion in margins? What kind of impact did you face because of the currency movements in the January to March quarter?
We have had actually an increase in input costs, but because of the brand's pricing power, we've managed to more than pass on the cost increases to the consumers. So margins have not only been protected but have been improved upon. And on the international front, certainly the depreciation of the rupee, which happened around June last year, has helped us in this quarter. After June it has helped us. So which is why you see the difference between this quarter and the same quarter of last year.
Right. I want to understand what is your market share in the country? Have you managed to improve upon that in this period?
Our market share of the organized sector within the country is about 50% by value and maybe about 40-45% by volume.
Right.
And that has steadily been improving over the last several years. We would have had maybe like a 35 or a 40% market share 3-4 years ago, and that has gradually improved and has now crept up to about 50% in value.
Do you see appreciation of rupee or the volatility in the currency that we are seeing right now impacting your revenue in the coming quarters?
Not really, because like I said, our exports is just about 20% of our international business, of our total business, and any depreciation of the rupee certainly helps us, but it's not a huge number, not a huge impact on the bottom line.
Are you planning to launch any new products in this fiscal?
We already have. In the current fiscal, we have launched several new models in the last few months. We have launched a whole new series called the Window series. Traditionally, our coolers have been portable coolers which are kept inside the room and used inside the room, whereas the range that we have launched under the Window series brand is a range which can be kept on a ledge or in a balcony, essentially outside the house in a window, and thereby giving much better performance inside the house.
What is the upside of the margin you're looking at in the current quarter?
Could you repeat your question?
I'm saying what could be the upside in the margins that you're looking at in the current quarter? Do you expect the margins continue to expand? Any particular number that you're looking at?
In the current quarter, the margin could expand over the previous quarter by a percentage or two for the quarter.
Right, sequential margin expansion is seen. Can you tell us what was the growth in your residential coolers business and what was the growth in your industrial coolers? Even though only 20% is the revenue from international international segment, are you looking to expand that?
We are certainly looking to expand the international segment, and this year, over last year, the international business has also grown significantly. We are not giving the sort of the breakup between international and domestic, but there has been a significant growth. It's sort of, so far, I would say year on year, it's been about twice as much.
Right. How many installations have you done, if you can tell us that much?
In industrials, we would have done over 100 installations.
Target for the few quarters ahead for industrial installations?
Industrial, we should be growing at a rate of about 30%.
And if we talk about the pricing now, the company already has premium pricing. Are you planning to increase the pricing in the next quarter?
Every year around July, we do increase the prices for the whole year, for the year July to June, and we expect to do that again in 2014 July. Those prices would more or less be effective up till June 2015.
Right. Can you tell us to what extent of a price increase are you looking at, and what will then be the projected growth? Because we're looking at the summer now. In the next 6 months, what kind of growth are you seeing? Plus, what impact will the pricing increase have?
Traditionally, we've been increasing our prices anywhere in the range of 5 to 10%, depending on the model, every year. And we expect, to maintain our historical rate of growth, in the foreseeable future.
All right, Mr. Bakeri, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit and sharing with us details about the numbers posted by Symphony for the third quarter. Very strong earnings posted by them. They're looking at the traditional price hikes coming in July, and they expect to see the growth momentum intact. We slip into a break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us. We'll be back after a break.